Working in Belgium as a registered nurse or a healthcare provider with a diploma or certificate from your country of origin is possible if you meet up. This is a long-awaited video in which I have been receiving many questions requesting if you can actually come to Belgium and work as a registered nurse with your diploma or certificate from your country of origin. So in this video, I will be doing my best to answer that question. I will try as much as possible to give you the best answers that I can. For me, I studied here to become a registered nurse and a certified diabetes educator. So answering this question will be based on my research and from a testimony from someone who was a nurse in Cameroon and moved to Belgium. Like every other country has its laws that binds its citizens, so too does Belgium has a law that binds its citizens who live and work in Belgium as registered nurse or healthcare providers. So if you meet up with this criteria, then you can definitely work and live in Belgium as a registered nurse or a healthcare provider. The first thing to know before moving to Belgium to work as a registered nurse is that you must have a certificate to show that you have studied and graduated to become a registered nurse, which I want to believe that you already have your diploma or your certificate with you as a registered nurse. The second thing for you to know is that you need to have a visa in order for you to move to Belgium, and this visa is obtained from any Belgian embassy in your country of residence. Another thing for you to know before moving to Belgium to work as a registered nurse is that Belgium is trilingual, which means that Belgium speaks 3 different languages, which are Dutch or Netherlands, French, and then German. So you will need to speak one of these languages depending on the region in which you are going to reside. So if you are living in Vlaanderen, then you will be requested to speak Dutch. If you are living in Wallonia, then there you will be speaking French. And then if you are living in the German region, you will also be required to speak German. So you need to study one of these languages depending on where you have decided to reside. If your official language is therefore English, it means that you either have to study French, Netherlands, or German in order for you to be able to communicate with your patients efficiently. Not that you cannot speak other languages with your patients. For example, if you're speaking English and then you meet a patient that is speaking English, you can speak English, but then English should not be your official language. You have to know the official languages of that country. That is what I meant by you knowing or speaking the official languages of Belgium. The fourth important thing to know when planning to move to Belgium and work as a registered nurse is that you also need a resident permit or a temporary permit which allows you to stay and work in Belgium as a registered nurse. This resident permit can either be permanent or temporary depending on how long you are going to stay in Belgium and work as a registered nurse. After obtaining your resident permit to live and work in Belgium as a registered nurse, the next thing you have to do is for your diploma or certificate as a registered nurse to be recognized in Belgium, which means that you have to apply for a recognition of your nursing diploma or certificate in either the French, Flemish, or German-speaking community of Belgium, depending on the region in which you want to reside in and work as a registered nurse. For people who have a temporary visa to work for several months in Belgium as a registered nurse, for example, like people that want to do internship, the procedure is different. These people do not need to apply for a recognition of their diploma or certificate. Now, depending on the kind of diploma or certificate that you have, for example, if you are a state registered nurse and then you meet up with all the criteria that I have listed, then you can confidently live and work in Belgium as a registered nurse. According to a testimony from a close and reliable source, this woman was a nurse in Cameroon and so she moved to Belgium. But living in Belgium, she could not work as a registered nurse because there was a mistake in her diploma. So her number of hours that she did her stage, I don't know how you call stage, I think it's internship. If I'm wrong, maybe somebody can correct me in the comment section. So there was a mistake in her stash hours or training hours, which made her to be disqualified to work as a registered nurse, because according to Belgium, she did not meet up with the required hours of training. So she was not accepted to work as a registered nurse. Another thing that did not qualify her to work as a registered nurse was her Netherlands. So because she is living in the Flemish region of Belgium, her Netherlands did not qualify her to work as a nurse in Belgium. To say she could speak good Netherlands and then her hours of her stage or her training were also good, she would have been accepted to become a registered nurse here in Belgium. But because she did not meet up to these criteria, she was advised to work as a carer. In the place of her working as a registered nurse, she was working as an assistant nurse, which is also possible. So if you have your diploma or a certificate as a registered nurse, and then maybe your stage hours or your training hours are not completed as it should be, then Belgium might also not accept you to work as a registered nurse here in Belgium. But you can also be given the privilege to follow a scratch program to meet up with those hours. That is, if you can speak one of the official languages. And then if you do it, you can also live and work in Belgium as a registered nurse. So basically, I believe I have touched the most essential things that you need to know before coming to live in Belgium and work as a registered nurse. If I have forgotten something and you are watching this video and you know something or you are speaking from experience, you can also drop it in the comment section. Like I said, I studied here to become a registered nurse and a certified diabetes educator. So the information that I have passed on here is from my research and from the testimony of that close person. If you found this video educative and helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you are interested in nursing and diabetes topics. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.